It's a beautiful morning outside, and a lot of people probably don't take in as much nature as they should or they'd like to. And actually, this is one of the best ways to get a clear head, get oxygen flowing, get some good vitamin D to help those hormones, mood enhancers just to help us feel good. So I don't know if you ever start your day with just going outside, taking some deep breaths, maybe even going for a walk. And that's how I try to start my day when the weather is cooperating, just to take in some nature. And a lot of studies show that's one of the best ways to help us clear our mind and just feel good, get some renewed energy to start the day. But some of us just dive right into work right away. And most of the clients that I've worked with and most of the individuals that I've worked with, work is often the number one cause of stress. Sometimes people feel that they are obligated to a certain career for a variety of reasons. Maybe because they have a whole bunch of training or a degree, or they spent many years working on that career, or maybe they've been at a company for a long time, and so they feel stuck in a rut. They feel obligated to that career, or maybe they even feel obligated to that education, and so they think they have to do that. So that's one of the topics that comes up a lot with the clients that I'm working with, and some of them just feel stuck. They don't feel fulfilled. They don't feel that, they're maybe in the right career, or just bringing down their mood, because for most of us, where we spend the most time typically is at work and in a career. And so we all have work to do, and maybe we need to evaluate, is it time for a switch, or could we just be taking a better perspective at the type of work that we're doing? So, something to think about here. So I want to give you a few examples of things that have worked for the clients that I've worked with. One different spot here, technology here. Okay, we'll try over here. So one of the things to think about is, evaluating your current career, and maybe there's things that you're just doing too much in it, responsibilities. And for most Americans, that really is true. We are doing too much. And so we become overwhelmed and we're not fulfilled, and it's hard for us to stay in that career. So one thing you can do is just get a piece of paper and write down some of the things that you really like about your career. What is it that you're doing in your career that you like? And you can also write down what things are your strengths, and you can see if those do match, because maybe there's things in your current career that you're just not aware of, that maybe you're just not taking advantage of in your career, and you can find new life in it. And that was something that worked for one of my clients. We sat down and we evaluated the things that were their strengths, the things that they really liked doing, and then on the flip side, things that they did not enjoy doing, that maybe they could delegate or see about having someone else work on those types of projects. And so what that did was allow them to start spending more time on the job or at work on the things that were their strengths and that they enjoyed doing. And some of us don't really even think that's a possibility, but we never really know till we try, until we explore that. And then through doing some of these activities, our strengths and things that we like versus things that we don't really like, or maybe we're just not that good at, evaluating, maybe we're not in the right career and maybe it is time for a change. And for some individuals, they feel obligated because maybe they have all this training, all this education in a career, but it might not be the right fit for where they are right now or their passions. And so, okay, they've been in this career for 20 years and maybe they just feel obligated to it for a variety of reasons. Well, if we can kind of reframe in our brain and say, okay, we needed those experiences to help us get to this point, to realize that maybe we have something bigger that we can offer. There's something more we can do. Is this making sense? give it a like, because I know there's a lot of people out there that feel stuck in their careers and every day getting up is a chore to go to work. So if you can reframe like, okay, all these experiences that I have each day at work are going to help me get to that next level or help me get to that next career. And like with some of the clients that I worked with one-on-one, one in particular, we mapped out what steps were needed financially and even education-wise or experience-wise to start making steps for a change in a career path. And this is a woman who has been in a career, a very successful career, for over 20 years. And so the doubts, the guilt, the obligation sometimes set in, like, oh, I've been doing this 20 years, I'm really educated, I have a good job, maybe I should just keep doing it. But really the heart starts to tug on us saying, you know what, I think it's time I explore something else, I feel something bigger. And so if you can evaluate your strengths and your weaknesses and reframe today's current job, take all the skills, all the experience from it, and make it better right now, make it a better situation, so then you can start taking the steps to maybe transition into a new role. And it's okay. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have changed careers. I know for me, for example, and some people know this, my degree is actually in health and physical education. And so that's why I did all my training. I even did master's work to be a school administrator. And while I'm not in the exact same career working in the school, all that education has not gone to waste. And there's so many people that think that, and that's why they won't look at a new role that fills their heart more, is because they think they are stuck to that. No, those experiences, those education, those give you valuable insight to evaluate your strengths, evaluate your weaknesses, and find a path that works great for you. For me, I'm just teaching in a different setting. I know that my education and my training has helped me have one of the most successful fitness centers locally and programs online because of that foundation that I built. And so if you're struggling, and give it a like if maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you feel obligated to a career because of your training, because of what you've invested in it, and you're afraid to take that next move. But what you might not be realizing is you have some valuable experience that you could be super successful working with people and helping people maybe in something that's more passionate for you. And so when you have the right steps and you've evaluated this, you can come up with a plan, because what do they say? A dream is just a wish without a plan type thing. I don't know if that's the right quote there. But anyway, if you have a plan and you have actual action steps, you might be able to transition to another career. And for some people, and this is what I did with one of my clients, is we evaluated their actual financial needs. Some of us overestimate how much security, how much money we really need to make. And at the end of the day, it's not that important if you're in a career, if you're in a job that you truly hate and it's making you miserable. So who cares if, you're bringing home good money if you're just miserable? And so, again, there's different tools that you can evaluate and look at and say, okay, well, this is how much I really need to make, and can I go through a transition period to start on this new career path where you have more energy to put in the time, the effort, and the heart? Because as I've talked to some of my clients and they've been ready to make that step, it's about passion over actual payout. And if you're passionate about something, the financial rewards will come too, because your passions help build your strengths. You're going to feel re-energized. You're going to enjoy what you're doing. And guess what? That helps all other areas of life. And so while some of my customers, my clients, maybe they still want to lose some weight, but we can't even get to the weight loss if they're so deep in a career that they just don't enjoy it all. But like I said, if we can look at ways to reframe the current situation and make it better, maybe it's setting up boundaries with coworkers, maybe it's getting better organized and having better time management skills. Are any of you out there maybe not all that productive and kind of waste time and spend too many hours at work? Those are some of the things that I've helped my private clients get out of work earlier or have more time and less stress to not feel overwhelmed, to take their current situation as one step to help them get to that passionate career. So it absolutely can be done. So if you're at home right now thinking, I hate my job, I don't like to wake up in the morning, I don't like to go to work, it's a drag, maybe there's some ways you can reframe those experiences. And hey, maybe it's time to evaluate and take steps towards that career, because life is short and we all have work to do. Work shouldn't be a four-letter word. We all have people we want to help, lives we want to change, and so let's find something that we can do. And if that's something that maybe I could help you take those steps, I'd love to. Reach out to me, because I'm telling you what, I know I did it over 20 years ago, and I've helped several clients in the process right now. You can. Don't feel that you've been in a career for 20 years that you can't change. Or as one of my good friends, Dolores, says, your dreams don't have an expiration date. So anything can happen. So hopefully this gave you a few tips, a few things to think about, to evaluate, because we all have work to do, and we should be in a career that we serve others and we love what we're doing. It shouldn't be that four-letter word, kind of nasty thing. All right, hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll talk soon.